Good day to you, and first today to the controversy surrounding the user Casey Nunez, situated in New Orleans, Louisiana, who has been posting videos from the director channel The Drama Tube, and subsequently gained attention from several of YouTube's most outspoken vloggers, such as The Boring Dispatcher and Helen Exciter in particular, who, following Paul Robinette's self-imposed hiatus to deal with family matters outside of YouTube, appears to have singled Nunez out as his next verbal opponent. Despite only having been registered on the site since February 18th of this year, Nunez, otherwise known as the Psycho Hurricane, has already reached the top of the most discussed list, due in part to threats of legal and jail action against vloggers for alleged felonies committed against him. The most prominent of these allegations coming against the Boring Dispatcher, who has claimed to have posted a comment to Nunez suggesting that he sent him a Trojan virus.
I'm taking everything you got. People are going to jail.
The Dispatcher's response to these allegations has been minimal, other than two earlier videos made several days prior to the Hurricane Drops at Him bomb, in which he reads out emails supposedly from Nunez, again threatening action, this time purporting to not only boot the account of the Dispatcher, but also the accounts of everyone who subscribes to him. Following this, Roger the Dispatcher has made no further posts concerning the Drama Tube, and has instead chosen to focus himself on making a string of videos in cooperation with some other notable YouTube users, including, in a shock to many, a 6-part series with Ian Crossland. Never want to shy away from disagreement, CaptainAwesome has this time sparked debate throughout YouTube's atheist community by insulting another of the site's most well-known anti-religious posters, Keane. In the video in question, he and the Dispatcher voiced their opinions on several other vloggers, but it is the remarks made about Keane that have had the most impact.
Well, yeah, but Brett Keane has no life. He lives in a fucking trailer, and he makes YouTube videos all day, and he's on disability because he thinks he's blind.
Mm-hmm.
And he's such a...
We should have just started putting up a little picture and just talking, because I left a little mystery to who he was.
I liked that, because he's got a pleasant voice, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I liked his voice. He's got a pleasant voice. But he is an ugly motherfucker, let me tell you that.
In Keane's initial video response to these comments, he made clear that he had unsubscribed from CaptainAwesome, but then went on to emphasize his support for other atheists, including the Captain, and stated that he was not asking for people to take sides on the matter, before putting forward the suggestion that Awesome give an apology, although he did not demand one, instead calling for a truce and suggesting that there's no need for atheists to sit here and attack each other back and forth, but reiterated that he would stay unsubscribed until Awesome did apologize, emphasizing that the two would lose subscribers from this situation, since nobody wins. Quick to add his support to the growing feud was the AmazingAtheist, who put up the video entitled Brett Keane vs. CaptainAwesome, Internet Drama Rocks, before Keane had even made his rebuttal. CaptainAwesome was not formally replying to Keane's call for a truce, instead choosing to leave 2 comments on the said video, one of which saying that, "I don't intend to make a video addressing the subject because it's finals week. I have a heavy workload and other videos I want to do." The last video posted by CaptainAwesome stated that he was having some time away from YouTube to attend to serious matters, but gave no further attention to the dispute. In a video broadcast simultaneously over several different channels, Corey Williams announced Jill BEEBEECEE as the event coordinator and host for the next S1 gathering in New York on the 7th July 2007. The video also confirmed the establishment of an S1 committee made up of 8 well-known YouTube users, including previous gathering attendees, Digital Soul, Sprocket24, Nicky Nick, as well as SXE Phil, Visible Mood, Nolts, Charles Trippy, and Mystery Guitar Man. It is unclear exactly how much of the responsibility Williams has handed over to Jill BEEBEECEE at this point, since he was willing to divulge little other than to emphasize that his role would still pertain to making sure everything works business-wise, and to pledge his commitment to get the venues and make this thing big. And now to world news. A court in Istanbul has overturned its decision to suspend access to YouTube in the country, following the ban it passed last week. The decision was made after the court heard how clips insulting its former leader and founder, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, had appeared on the site. According to the reports, the video was the latest in an ongoing feud between Turkish and Greek users, which the media have been calling a virtual war. It was alleged to have called Atatürk and the Turkish people homosexuals. The CNN Turk website featured a link allowing complaints to be made directly to YouTube about the insult. The front page of the newspaper, Hurriyet, featured a story with the headline, "YouTube got the message," claiming thousands of people had written to YouTube and the video had subsequently been removed.
It was confirmed and the service is suspended.
The decision to block the site was made later that day and immediately enforced by Turk Telekom, the country's largest telecommunication provider. But the ban lasted just 2 days, and on Friday, Arta Kutadgu, head of corporate communication for Turk Telekom, told news agencies his company had been notified of the court's decision to lift the ban, saying, "As soon as the court's decision lifting the ban reaches, we immediately opened YouTube." Finally today, talk of the possibility of MySpace developing a counterpart to rival Google's $1.6 billion investment has been floating about the web for some time now, but any speculation over what some would call a potential YouTube killer was answered this week when Fox Interactive media head Peter Levinson reportedly told investors at a banking conference that talks are in progress between Murdoch's News Corp and representatives of other major media companies to collectively build an online video sharing destination. According to Variety, Levinson is quoted as saying, "We are in very active negotiations with all of the media companies to create the most robust video offering from professional content on the web." The potential ramifications of these reports on YouTube's presentation policies are enormous, and come in a fortnight that has already seen them forced to pull thousands of clips due to the case brought against them by Viacom, as well as the removal of user uploads of the 2007 Oscars following complaints from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. If the proposed coalition deal were to go through, it would bring with it stern implications for YouTube and its continued presentation of material taken from the major networks, which at present time remains on the site due to loopholes in grounds for prosecution. However, should the creation of a rival online media portal involving potentially 4 out of 5 of the major US broadcasters come about, the threat of severe legal action against Google would be inevitable. We'll have more news stories in our next bulletin. Thank you and good night. That's fucking great. But can we do that shit again with some shades and a hat? Sunglasses and a hat? What the hell did you take me for? Some kind of fat poofter? That's the shit that sells.